everything, but I had to sell just mostly all of my camera.
He's talented but unemployed, and now he finds himself homeless. The jobless rate drops in Kansas City, but its impact still lingers. The rate now at 6.5% here. That's down slightly from last year.
But more than 1 in 20 in the metro is still looking for work, and the number of homeless is up. As Fox 4's Carrie Wickersham shows us, the face of the homeless is changing.
The bright lights of Kansas City cast a shadow on the thousands of homeless who live day and night here in the metro. Jose Santa Cruz has a unique story to tell. He's an artist and a photographer who has mingled with the homeless population here for the last 3 months.
Great shot.
Jose Santa Cruz has spent 30 years behind the lens of a camera. He's nationally known for his images in magazines, and he loves his work.
The true fine art photography is when you are able to put a part of yourself in the image.
Jose practically caresses the camera as he holds it up to capture his photographs. But the camera Jose is shooting with tonight is borrowed. He had to sell his equipment piece by painful piece when he became sick with cancer, lost a kidney, and couldn't find work.
Selling the 8x10 was the one that hurt the most because it was a custom-made camera, and there were only 15 of them. But it had to be done. There was no other choice.
Now, Jose comes here to the Kansas City Rescue Mission. Bed 48 is the only space he can call his own.
This is my Ritz-Carlton here. And once you fall into the hole of homelessness, it's like being underwater and trying to grasp for some air and try to make some understanding of what brought you here so that you can fix the problem.
Jose has become friends with one of the directors at the shelter. They share a love for photography.
We're seeing people who never thought they would ever be homeless, and here they are, who have had good jobs in the past, have been successful, and would normally not fit the picture of people, that people have of homelessness.
My highest hope to become a living artist, but that's far from becoming true, you know.
Jose desperately wants to get back on his feet, but it's difficult with no camera, no computer, and a homeless shelter as an address. He never thought he would be here, homeless, with only a borrowed camera. But he's dreaming of the day things will turn around.
I guess I would go to the movie Apollo 13, which is a great movie, I think. And when the guy says, you know, this is going to be my finest moment when I get back on my feet.
Statistics show that many of us are only a few lost paychecks away of living a life on the streets like Jose. But Jose hopes he's only a few steps from the life he once knew. Carrie Wickersham, Fox 4 News, working for you in Kansas City.
Michael Smith has a modest house and this wheelchair, but not much else.
Right now, I ain't got anything.
Each day, he comes to this stretch of Independence Avenue to beg for money and says he often gets ignored.
Trying to turn around.
But last Friday, someone was paying attention. A Kansas City cop saw him struggling to wheel himself up this hill and stopped to help.
He was blocking traffic. He was trying to make his way up, and everybody was honking, you know, going around him, mad and all that, just ignoring him. But the cop stopped and got out and pushed him along the way up until the bus stop.
18-year-old Larry Cooper was at the intersection and couldn't resist snapping some photos on his phone.
It's character, you know, doing what's right when nobody's looking, when you think nobody's looking.
The high school senior, who has plans to one day become a cop himself, posted the pics on Facebook, and soon they were shared by KCPD and hundreds of others.
It was something that happens on the daily, which I know there is plenty of cops who do stuff like that every day, and it doesn't get recognized.
A small act of kindness that had a big impact on Smith.
I'm thankful for that.
Who can now be seen wearing a police reflector vest he says the officer gave him.
It makes me feel safe.
And a big impact on this teenager.
Said the police made sure he got across safe.
Who is now feeling more inspired than ever to one day serve his community in the same way.
That's going to be me one day, like I said, you know, me want to be a police officer. I know that's going to be me.
5-year-old Liam Doonan has never actually played ice hockey, but he's heard about it.
I saw a hockey player There we go.
He's excited about getting suited up
There we go.
It's good.
and calling himself a real hockey player.
I just really wanted to be one.
Push. Push. Good job, buddy.
So we brought him out to see if he actually likes it or not.
Liam has a lot of support from coaches and even former NHL player Tom Tilley.
Sports is a great opportunity to learn a lot of life's lessons.
Tilley remembers teaching his son to play.
And this is like one of my favorite pictures.
It's awesome.
And this was, 11 or 12 years ago. And, to me, this is what this is all about.
And now little Tommy is a high school sophomore and an avid hockey player.
It's just a great experience overall.
There are more than 1,000 families playing hockey in Kansas City, and for many of them, including Layla and Casey Rogers, it started with a free Try Hockey Day.
It's for girls too. You use a stick and you push the circle things into the goal.
Hey, there we go.
But before you score a goal,
Oh, the goal!
or learn to stop one,
Oh!
like Liam, you have to take those first tentative steps. You have to fall and get back up. And get back up again.
So a lot of these kids have never skated before, and within an hour, we've got these kids not only skating, but passing the puck and just having a great time.
Until finally you're standing there taking your first real swing at a puck.
Hi. Hey.
On your way to living the dream. Or possibly finding a new one.
Okay, step to me. Yeah, that a boy. That a boy.
Carrie Wickersham, Fox 4 News, working for you in Shawnee.
Westport Floral, can I help you?
It's the non-automated response they now have down to a T.
We'll give her a call when we're getting close. It has been pretty chaotic.
At Westport Floral Design, it's been non-stop for the last 3 days as pages of Valentine's Day orders have bloomed into deliveries. This is the first Valentine's Day for Greg Eldridge, who recently purchased the business. While most florists have perfected the timing of the holiday through years of practice, Eldridge says for their first year, it's all about the teamwork.
I think our present to ourselves this year is just making a good go of it. Getting all this together, working together.
And his favorite part of the day, the delivery. So we joined them for their first delivery of the day. 4 bouquets of flowers sent with a card signed by a husband, father, and grandson who's in Brazil for the holiday.
We are going to leave the grandmother's house.
This trip is one of dozens made throughout the day. With more than 1,400 stems of roses sold during the Valentine's Day weekend.
Luckily for us, the majority of them are in a 2-mile radius, but we made a few further out.
While the popularity of online orders has increased in recent years, Eldridge says it's still the face-to-face orders like this one which drive the business.
It's still mostly, being treated as, your little local neighborhood shop. You just kind of stop by and grab the flowers. But we're getting a number of orders over the internet.
As for this delivery, it was the smile and the cheers making it all worth it.
Thank you, and thanks for giving us a price.
Nicole D'Antonio, Fox 4 News, working for you in Kansas City, Missouri. The drumbeat of war sounded different on Christmas Day 101 years ago. What came to be known as the Christmas truce started when soldiers put down their weapons and put aside the conflict for one day.
And this remarkable occurrence on Christmas Day 1914, where along several parts of the front, people stopped and they sang carols together, both sides singing carols, exchanging gifts, and played soccer.
Soccer becoming the common language between the two trenches. The main similarity on this field, notice the brown soccer ball,
a replica of the same one used years ago.
They're replica balls that would have been used in 1914.
The leather type look, the kind of the origins and the history of the game are all celebrated out here.
Some players even dressed in uniform to get the same feel both on and off the field.
Again, it gets back to, respecting history and honoring those soldiers, really, that did the first truce tournament.
Steve Murdoch says it makes him proud to support our local museum.
It makes us even more prouder to come out and, paint up the helmets and put on the garb and support. It just makes us proud.
The game tying together sports and history with the message of the season.
Many commentators would say that the world is much more like the world of 1913 and 1914 than at any other time in our history. The drumbeat of war can be heard almost every day.
A drumbeat allowing us to find our own solutions in our community conflicts.
Come on, boys.
Nicole D'Antonio, Fox 4 News, working for you in Kansas City, Missouri.
The buses are coming.
They waited in line for more than 2 hours at shuttle stops across the metro area. Thousands of people wanted to leave their cars behind to join the Royals rally downtown, but they quickly overwhelmed the public transit system.
Oh, it's moving. As long as the buses keep coming, it's moving. So we'll get there eventually, hopefully.
Keep going. There's plenty of room back there. Keep going.
Despite jamming up to 110 people on each bus, the lines seemed to get longer at the Redbridge Park and Ride. The city even brought in school buses to help handle the crush of parade goers.
Yeah, I'm going to get downtown. I don't care if I'm a mile away, I'm going to be there.
The city says it has more than 400 buses working shuttle sites like this one all across the metro area, and it's still not enough. Long lines persisted everywhere.
I drove from Lincoln, Nebraska for this.
Royals fans from across the nation came into town to be part of the celebration. Christine Husengay flew in from Las Vegas to wait at a shuttle stop. She says she wouldn't miss this moment.
This is a historic event. It's 30 years. The city is alive. All the cars keep driving back and forth and honking at us. Everybody's waving. The energy is amazing, and I just wanted to be part of it.
We're most definitely happy. We're glad to introduce people to the Metro services as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, yes, we're glad to be able to try to accommodate everyone today.
The shuttle stop crowds remained in good spirits despite the long wait. A nearby wooded area quickly became a restroom for the bus riders, and many didn't have to be downtown to start celebrating the Royals championship.
Go Royals!
Let's go Royals!
John Pepitone, Fox 4 News, working for you in Kansas City.